Morning, boys and girls. Hey, before I forget, before we get started, check the science folder. We're going to start some science today. So every day, starting today, hit that science folder. It should be in there. If it's not, let me know. But that's what we're going to be doing. Just so you know, let's hit a little bit of math. What's this number? Say this number with me. Good. 33,333. I want a little threes crazy today. Something that I noticed last week, we were talking about two different things. We were talking about values and digits. So every digit in this number is a 3. It's all 3s. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, right? But this 3, it's not really worth 3, is it? Ones, tens, hundreds. This digit is actually worth 300. This digit, its value, it's not a 3, it's ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 30,000. This 3 really is a 3. It's got a value of a 3 because it's in the ones place. So the idea is when you compare them, a good way to think about it, they're all 3s, right? Well, if this is really just 3 and this is 30, isn't this 10 times greater? If I go up another one, it's not 30, now it's 300. So it's another 10 times greater. So when you go a place to the left, when you go this way, the values keep getting greater 10 times every time you make a jump. So let me start over here. Instead of 3s, let's do 4s. 4,444. The digits are still 4. They're all 4s, but this isn't really worth 4. This one is worth 4. This one's not worth 4. This is worth 40. This one's really worth 400. This is worth 4,000, okay? So how many times greater is this 4 than that 4? Well, I guess what they really want to know is how many times does this 4 go into that 400? Well, you could count by 4s up to 400, but that could take you all day, right? So let me show you a little trick. If I want to know how many times bigger this one is than that one, I'm going to divide it. Now you could type it into a calculator, but I'll show you a simple way. What's 4 divided by 4? How many times does 4 go into 4? Well, 1 time, right? If you count by 4s, 4, you're already there. So I'm going to put a 1 here. I'm going to cross out the 4 and the 4 because I know that 4 goes into 4 1 time. But I have 2 zeros left. That means I'm going to add them over here because 4 goes into 400 100 times. Let's try it with 8,000 divided by 80. So say I pull an 8,000 out and an 80 out. And I want to know how many times greater 8,000 is than 80. Well, I'll divide by 8. So how many times does 8 go into 8? Just like last time, goes in once, right? Now I have zeros on both sides, so we're going to do what's called a cancel out. I'm going to actually get rid of this 0 here. I'm going to get rid of the 0 on the end there, okay? Because if I have a 0 and a 0 on both sides, they take care of each other. What do I have left? 2 zeros, okay? So how many times does 80 go into 8,000? 100 times. So let me give you some numbers and we'll kind of compare the values in some of the places. All right, so say I have 552. Got 2 5s, right? Can you see that? I'll switch up my markers. here's my tens, here's my hundreds. Sure, the digits are both fives, but this is really worth 50, and this one's really worth 500. How many times does 50 go into 500? How many times bigger is this 5? Well, I could count by 50s, sure, but I could also just divide it. 5 goes into 5. Go ahead, you got it one time. Hey, don't I have a 0 on both sides? I can cancel them out, cancel them out. If I get rid of 1 0 here, I can only get rid of 1 0 there. What do I have left? Just 1 0. So I already divided my 5s. I have 1 0 left, okay? So in other words, 500 is 10 times greater than 50, all right? And I also know it's one place over, and when you go one place higher, it's 10 times greater. If you go one place lower, it's 10 times less. Say that number with me if you can read it. 84,981. 84,981. I've got 8s. I've got an 8 in the 10,000s place. I've got an 8 in the 10s place. I know the value is really worth 80 here. I know this value is really worth 80,000. Well, I really don't want to skip count by 80s up to 80,000, so I'm just going to divide. I know that 8 goes into 8 one time. I have a 0 on both sides. Again, what's that called? Cancel them out or eliminate them. If I get rid of a 0 here, I can get rid of 1 0 here. And what do I have left? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Did I forget something? Yep, my comma. So, in 84,981, this 8 is 1,000 times greater than that 8 over there in the tens place. All right, we're going to do one final example. You say it. 765,742. We've got a 7 and a 7. This 7 is really worth 700. This 7 is really worth 700,000. Now I want to know, how many times greater is this 7 than that 7? Well, let's divide. Sure, you can type it into a calculator, but you know how to do this by now. 7 goes into 7. Well, if I count by 7s, 7 one time. 7 divided by 7 is 1. Okay, I've got 2 zeros here. I've got 5 zeros here. What can I do with these two? I can get rid of them as long as I get rid of 2 over there. Still have a few left over. Let's bring them over. It's 1,000 times greater. So this 700,000 is 1,000 times bigger than that one. And it's 1, 2, 3, 10, 100, 1,000 times. So there's a couple different ways to look at it when you're comparing values of different numbers. Try a little practice, gang.